Cherokee Chiefs shut out Arcoma 46-0 last week to advance to 9-2 on the season. Cherokee will host another playoff matchup this week versus Cyril, whose only loss on the year came to Lalika back in early October. Mark, who wins in Cherokee on Friday?
Cherokee's they've had a good season this year, bouncing back from 6-6 season last year, and you mentioned winning against Arcoma, so 9-2. Bruce Harrell's took over at Cyril before this year, and he's one of the best eight-man coaches out there. And I knew that when he got there, they had to have some good players. Cyril's been pretty good in basketball, and so they're athletes at the school, but they just haven't been able to get it done in football. So. They had a tough opponent last week in Boise City. I think that Nash Harmon is one of the better players in this class. Their quarterback, he's putting up video game numbers all the time there. So I'm going to go with Coach Harrell and the Shrill Pirates.
Sean Meek.
Yeah, this one looks pretty tough to pick. The Cherokee's won 9 in a row. I mean, so they're rolling after an 0-2 start, 2 losses early in the season against 2 really good teams in Timberlake and Pioneer. But they've won 9 in a row. They're rolling. This one looks like a toss-up to me. Everything Mark said, both teams are playing really well. Both teams got a lot of guys that can make plays. I'm going to take Cherokee just for the simple fact that they're at home. So I'm gonna kind of count the 2-hour bus ride that Cyril's got to take up there to take a toll on those guys. But I think it's a toss-up. I'll take the Chiefs at home and for them to go face Ceiling next week in the semis.
Coach Elrick.
Man, Cherokee's just hard to bet against at home. They play such a physical brand of football, and this time of year, that always pays off. I think those guys are going to get after it. Mark brought up Coach Harrell at Cyril, and he's done a good job. They've got a ton of athletes. They put up some big numbers, but I'm going to go with Cherokee at home.
Shaq.
I'm going to be honest. I don't really know much about either one of these two teams. So other than state champ quarterbacks coaching in Cyril, so I reached out to some 8-man, friends of the program. I won't divulge their names just for their safety, but the consensus was take the Chiefs at home. So I'm gonna go with that. So I'll take Cherokee.
Jacob.
Yeah, this is a tough game, man. This is a really probably the best matchup in the second round. Really hard game to pick. Cherokee's been explosive and high scoring and exciting to watch all season. I think they kind of shocked everybody to start the season off with that huge win early in the year, upset win, and they've just kind of stuck with that same, physical, but again, explosive football team. I agree with the rest of the panel. This was a really hard game to pick, a really hard game to put a line on. I have Cherokee a 2.5-point favorite at home, and expect a very tight football game. And I'm actually going to go against the grain here, and I'm going to pick an upset because I always like to pick an upset every week. And so I think it's going to be a tight 2-point game, but I've got Cherokee losing to Cyril 26-24.
Jacob taking the Pirates to prevail in that matchup. The winner, that Cyril Cherokee game, will get Ceiling Coil winner in the semifinals.